Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Indian School of Physics. Guys, this is Nitin here, and today I come up with a very interesting concept of physics. It is acceleration in helical path. So guys, this video is brought to you by Indian School of Physics and Unacademy together, and the name of this problem is acceleration along a smooth helix track. So guys, my current courses on Unacademy are INPHO Foundation and JEE ADVANCE 2023. It started on Feb 9th, and right now basic mathematics is going on in this, and it is one of its kind of course. So those who are interested in Olympiad, this is the perfect course to join. So it's my request to everyone that if you know somebody who is interested in Olympiad preparation and is looking for some formal course, so you can recommend this course to them. And guys, series of mock tests for JEE Mains 2021 is going on in special classes. These are free classes, so you can participate, and you can see some of the finest questions of physics in for JEE Mains. And my another advanced course on electrostatics has started on 17th February. It's currently going on, and you can access all my theory courses which are of advanced plus levels to boost your JEE preparation, and it will be a huge advantage. And you can unlock any test series, paper or class, or in general anywhere. If it is asking for some passcode or invite code, you can use my code Nitin sir. For more information, you can visit www.unacademy.com, and guys, trust me, physics will never be the same again. So here is the statement of this problem. Find the acceleration of a body A which slides without initial velocity down a helical groove with a pitch H, pitch P we can say, or H, and radius R at the end of the nth turn. So we have to find out the acceleration of this body at the end of nth turn. So they are saying disregard friction. There is no friction here, so it's moving in uniform gravity. So let's discuss the concept part of this problem, and you can refer other helix videos on my channel. So links you can find in the description. So concept wise, you can it's a very simple concept. You can say, since helical track is smooth, so we can conserve energy, and in that case at the end of nth turn, speed we can write, because the vertical height which it is going to travel is n times pitch. So half mv square is equal to mgh. H is np. So velocity at the end of nth turn is known to us. Now for this is a very standard concept here. The helical lines, those lines are they have uniform angle of inclination, and this angle theta we can easily write for one complete turn. That means in a round of 2 pi r, it moves a distance of p, which is the pitch of helix. So inclination of helical path we can give by it will rise up by h or come down by this pitch p for a complete rotation along the horizontal axis. So that is total distance is 2 pi r. So here we can write tan theta is p by 2 pi r. So we know the value of cos theta as well as sin theta in this problem. All right. So now here helical path can be taken as the superposition of circular motion and a straight line motion along the axis. In this case, both the motions are accelerated ones. So if you locate any circle in this plane, in the plane of the body, you can see its body this body is having velocity of v along the tangent here, and this tangent will be inclined at an angle of theta with the x-axis, where theta is given by the earlier expressions here. All right. Now this n2 will be acting towards the center of it. Towards the center means the axis of the helix, and this n1 will be perpendicular to this inclined surface, which is the groove of helix. So very easily we can see, if we see the top view, this is the top view. So velocity of v naught cos theta is going to be along the tangent to this circle, which I have drawn here, v naught cos theta, and v naught sin theta is going to be down vertically down. So from top view it will appear as if it is going into the plane. This n2 is acting towards the axis of helix, or from the top view you will see this n towards the center of this circle. All right. So it's very easy to predict that this particle is moving in this circle, at this instant with a velocity of v naught cos theta. So the radial acceleration is v square by r, where v is v naught cos theta. So n2 I can directly write as m v naught cos theta whole square by r. n2 is known to me. N1 is even easier to calculate. You can see it is like an inclined plane where N1 is acting perpendicular to the track and mg is present. So component of mg sine theta is going to accelerate this particle or block down the incline with acceleration of g sine theta. So from here we will know the value of this n1 also. It is equal to mg cos theta, and the tangential acceleration which is along this path, which is going to be g sine theta. After that it becomes very easier, because g sine theta is this side and ar is into the plane. Both are mutually perpendicular, so total acceleration in case of helix I can write as root of ar square plus at square. And similarly the total normal reaction I can write as root of n1 square plus n2 square. Guys, you have to be little careful. n1 is this side and n2 here is going to be perpendicular to this, which will be into the plane. So root of n1 square plus n2 square. Now let's substitute the value of ar and at in the given equation here. Ar was v naught cos theta whole square by r. Square of this is going to give us v naught square, v naught to the power 4 cos to the power 4 theta divided by r square, plus a tangential, it was g sine theta whole square. So when I substitute the value of v naught as root 2 g np is the total height which has fallen by this particle, and cos theta is known to us here. You can see cos theta was 2 pi r divided by root of p square plus 4 pi a square r square. Similarly this sin theta is known to you. It is going to be p divided by root of p square plus 4 pi square r square. So when I substitute these values and simplify, I am going to get this expression. Guys, I am not explaining this. I hope you can do that part. Further, when I simplify, I get this a total as gp divided by p square plus 4 pi square r square times root of 64 pi to the power 4 n square r square plus p square plus 4 pi square r square. This is going to be the final answer for this problem. It's conceptually very easy problem, and we will just express these terms like this. So guys, if you have understood this concept clearly, and you can attempt this problem now second time, then please give a like, share this problem with others, and if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. I'll be coming up very soon with another amazing problem. Thanks for watching this.